First contact. In the vast expanse of the galaxy, the Zorgan Empire reigned supreme. With advanced technology and a powerful military, they had conquered countless worlds, assimilating or destroying any civilization that dared to resist their rule. Emperor Zaxxer, the ruthless leader of the Zorgans, set his sights on a new target, a small, unassuming blue planet called Earth. Zaxxer dispatched a team of scouts to assess the technological capabilities of the humans. The scouts, led by the cunning Commander Zorax, arrived in Earth's orbit and began their surveillance. They were surprised to find that human technology was primitive compared to their own. The scouts observed humans still relying on fossil fuels, with rudimentary space travel limited to their own solar system. Meanwhile, on Earth, the Global Space Agency, GSA, detected unusual activity in orbit. They discovered the alien scouts and realized that humanity was not alone in the universe. GSA leadership debated how to proceed, torn between excitement at the prospect of first contact and caution over the unknown intentions of the aliens. In a historic moment, GSA sent a message of peace and friendship to the Zorgan scouts, inviting them to engage in diplomatic talks. Commander Zorax received the message with amusement, seeing it as a sign of weakness. He reported back to Emperor Zaxxer, advising that Earth would be an easy conquest. Zaxxer, pleased with the news, ordered Zorax to continue monitoring human activity while he mobilized the Zorgan fleet for invasion. The Emperor dreamed of adding Earth to his growing empire, enslaving its population, and exploiting its resources for the glory of the Zorgan race. As the Zorgan fleet prepared for the invasion, humanity remained oblivious to the impending threat. The GSA eagerly awaited a response to their message, hoping for a new era of interstellar cooperation. Little did they know that their peaceful overture would be met with aggression and conquest. The stage was set for a clash of civilizations, with the technologically advanced Zorgans poised to crush the seemingly primitive humans. But the Zorgans would soon learn that appearances can be deceiving and that human ingenuity and determination should never be underestimated. Misunderstandings and conflict. The Zorgan scouts, led by Commander Zorax, continued their covert surveillance of Earth. They intercepted transmissions, analyzed human behavior patterns, and gathered intelligence on military capabilities. However, the vast differences in language and culture led to critical misunderstandings. Zorax intercepted a transmission from a human military base discussing a nuclear deterrent. Misinterpreting this as an imminent threat, he reported to Emperor Zaxxer that the humans were preparing to attack the Zorgan Empire with advanced weapons. In reality, the conversation was about maintaining peace through the concept of mutually assured destruction. Zaxxer, enraged by the perceived threat, ordered an immediate preemptive strike against Earth. Zorax, eager to prove his worth, led a squadron of Zorgan fighters to attack the military base from where the transmission originated. The humans, caught off guard by the sudden aggression, quickly mobilized their forces to defend against the alien threat. The initial skirmish resulted in heavy casualties on both sides. Human fighters, though technologically inferior, managed to inflict significant damage on the Zorgan squadron through sheer determination and tactical skill. Zorax, his pride wounded, retreated to the Zorgan fleet to regroup and plan a full-scale invasion. News of the alien attack spread quickly across Earth, causing widespread panic and chaos. World leaders convened emergency meetings to address the crisis, while the GSA worked tirelessly to analyze the alien technology and develop countermeasures. The Zorgan invasion fleet, consisting of massive warships and legions of genetically engineered soldiers, descended upon Earth with the intention of a swift and decisive victory. They targeted major cities, aiming to crush human resistance and establish dominance over the planet. However, the humans refused to surrender. Armed forces from nations around the world united to fight the common enemy. Civilians took up arms, forming resistance cells to disrupt Zorgan supply lines and gather intelligence. The human spirit, tested in the face of annihilation, proved resilient and unyielding. As the war raged on, it became clear that the Zorgans had underestimated human resolve. What was meant to be a quick conquest turned into a prolonged and bloody conflict, with neither side willing to back down. The fate of Earth hung in the balance as the battle between the advanced Zorgan Empire and the determined human defenders reached a critical juncture. Human ingenuity. Faced with the overwhelming technological superiority of the Zorgan invaders, humanity realized that conventional warfare would not be enough to win the fight. The GSA and scientific communities worldwide pooled their resources and knowledge to develop innovative solutions to level the playing field. One of the key breakthroughs came from Dr. Lina Soros, a brilliant physicist who had been studying the unique properties of a rare earth mineral called neodymium. Dr. Soros discovered that when exposed to a specific electromagnetic frequency, neodymium crystals could generate an energy field capable of disrupting Zorgan weapons and shielding technology. Armed with this knowledge, human engineers worked tirelessly to create portable neodymium-based devices that could be deployed on the battlefield. These devices, affectionately dubbed Zorg Zappers by the soldiers, proved to be a game-changer in the fight against the aliens. Human tactical ingenuity also came into play. Lieutenant Commander Olivia Prescott, a gifted strategist, devised a plan to lure Zorgan forces into urban combat scenarios where their advanced weapons would be less effective. By utilizing guerrilla warfare tactics and setting traps in densely populated areas, human fighters were able to inflict significant casualties on the invaders. The GSA also focused on developing advanced cyber warfare capabilities. A team of hackers, led by the prodigy known as Ghost, managed to infiltrate Zorgan communication networks. They disrupted enemy coordination, planted false information, and even managed to remotely disable some of the Zorgan warships. These unconventional strategies began to shift the tide of the war. The Zorgan forces, accustomed to overwhelming their opponents with superior firepower, found themselves outmaneuvered and outsmarted by the adaptable humans. Emperor Zaxxer grew increasingly frustrated with the lack of progress and the mounting losses. In a desperate attempt to regain the upper hand, the Zorgans unleashed their most terrifying weapon, a genetically engineered super soldier known as the Apex. The Apex was a monstrous being, twice the size of a human, with enhanced strength, speed, and regenerative abilities. It seemed unstoppable, and its presence on the battlefield struck fear into the hearts of human soldiers. But even in the face of this new threat, human ingenuity persevered. Dr. Soros and her team developed a specialized weapon designed to target the Apex's genetic weaknesses. The weapon, a high-frequency sonic emitter, caused the Apex's cells to rapidly deteriorate, rendering it vulnerable to conventional weapons. With the Apex neutralized and the Zorgans' technological advantage diminished, the human resistance began to push back against the invaders. The tide of the war was turning, and for the first time since the invasion began, hope glimmered on the horizon for humanity. The Zorgans, realizing that they had gravely underestimated their opponent, began to retreat from Earth's surface. But the humans, emboldened by their hard-fought victories, were determined to press their advantage and take the fight to the enemy. The tide turns. As the Zorgan forces retreated from Earth, the human alliance pursued them relentlessly. The GSA had reverse-engineered captured Zorgan technology, allowing them to develop advanced spacecraft capable of interplanetary travel. The newly formed Earth Defense Fleet, EDF, set out to liberate the Zorgan-occupied territories within the solar system. The first target was Mars, where the Zorgans had established a major military outpost. EDF ships engaged the Zorgan fleet in a fierce battle above the red planet's surface. Human pilots, using their smaller, more maneuverable crafts, outflanked the bulky Zorgan warships. They targeted weak points in the enemy's defenses, gradually wearing down their forces. On the ground, human marines, equipped with neodymium-based armor and weapons, stormed the Zorgan outpost. They faced heavy resistance from the entrenched alien defenders, but fought with unwavering determination. In a daring raid, a team led by Captain Marcus Reeves managed to capture a high-ranking Zorgon commander, dealing a significant blow to the enemy's morale. With Mars secured, the EDF turned its attention to the other Zorgon-controlled planets and moons in the solar system. They employed hit-and-run tactics, striking vital Zorgon supply lines and infrastructure. The human forces used their knowledge of the solar system's unique features, such as the dense asteroid belt and the turbulent atmosphere of Jupiter, to their advantage. The Zorgon commanders, unused to facing an enemy that adapted so quickly and unpredictably, struggled to maintain control. They were forced to constantly change their strategies, which led to confusion and disarray within their ranks. Emperor Zaxxer, furious at the mounting losses, ordered a full retreat from the solar system to regroup and reassess their approach. The news of the Zorgon's retreat spread like wildfire across Earth. People celebrated in the streets, hailing the EDF as heroes. The human spirit, once tested to its limits, now soared with renewed hope and determination. However, the war was far from over. The Zorgon Empire still posed a significant threat beyond the solar system, and Earth's leaders knew that they needed to remain vigilant. In a historic moment, the United Nations convened to discuss the future of humanity's role in the galaxy. They recognized that the Zorgon Empire was not the only potential threat, and that Earth needed to be prepared for any future conflicts. The decision was made to expand the EDF into a permanent interstellar defense force, tasked with protecting Earth and its allies from any hostile alien powers. The EDF began recruiting the brightest minds from across the globe, establishing research and development centers to continue advancing human technology. They also reached out to other alien civilizations that had been oppressed by the Zorgons, offering support and alliance. Earth was no longer a primitive backwater planet, but a rising power on the galactic stage. As the Zorgon Empire licked its wounds and plotted its next move, humanity stood united, ready to face any challenge that lay ahead. The tide had turned, but the war for the future of the galaxy was only beginning. The galactic stage. News of humanity's stunning victory over the Zorgon Empire spread like wildfire through the galactic community. Alien civilizations that had long suffered under Zorgon oppression saw a glimmer of hope in Earth's success. They began to resist their Zorgon overlords, using the tactics and strategies employed by the humans. One such civilization was the Illyrians, a peaceful race of empaths who had been enslaved by the Zorgons for centuries. Inspired by the human resistance, the Illyrians staged a massive uprising, catching their Zorgon oppressors off guard. They reached out to Earth for support, and the EDF responded by sending a fleet to aid in their liberation. The Illyrian rebellion was just the beginning. Across the galaxy, more and more species began to rise against the Zorgons. The once mighty empire found itself stretched thin, trying to quell multiple insurgencies simultaneously. The EDF, now a symbol of freedom and hope, provided assistance and coordination to the various rebel groups. Earth became a hub for the galactic resistance movement. Representatives from different alien species flocked to the blue planet to seek alliances and share knowledge. The EDF established a diplomatic corps, led by the charismatic ambassador Nadia Sarin, to foster cooperation and unity among the diverse races. The Zorgons, desperate to maintain their grip on power, resorted to increasingly brutal tactics. They unleashed bioweapons on rebel-controlled planets, causing widespread devastation and loss of life. The EDF, in response, developed advanced medical technologies and deployed rapid response teams to contain the outbreaks and treat the victims. The Galactic War reached a tipping point when the EDF and its allies launched a coordinated offensive against the Zorgon homeworld, Zorgania Prime. The planet was heavily fortified, with multiple layers of defenses and a massive fleet guarding its orbit. The battle was fierce, with both sides suffering heavy casualties. In a daring move, a team of EDF Special Forces, led by the legendary commander Jasper Stone, infiltrated the Zorgon Imperial Palace. They confronted Emperor Zaxxer himself, engaging in a brutal hand-to-hand combat. In the end, Stone emerged victorious, with Zaxxer's lifeless body at his feet. The news of Zaxxer's death spread quickly, and the Zorgan Empire crumbled. Without their leader, the remaining Zorgan forces surrendered en masse. The EDF and its allies had won a stunning victory, liberating countless worlds from Zorgan tyranny. In the aftermath of the war, a new galactic order emerged. Earth and its allies formed the Galactic Alliance, a federation of free worlds dedicated to promoting peace, cooperation, and mutual defense. The EDF became the military arm of the Alliance, tasked with maintaining stability and protecting member worlds from any potential threats. As the galaxy began to heal from the scars of war, humanity took on a new role as a leader and mediator. Earth's representatives worked tirelessly to foster understanding and collaboration among the diverse member species of the Alliance. The once primitive humans had risen to become a shining example of what unity and determination could achieve. The Zorgan War had been a crucible that forged humanity into a galactic power. It had tested the limits of human ingenuity, resilience, and courage, and in the end, it had proven that the human spirit was indomitable. As the galaxy looked to the future, Earth stood ready to face whatever challenges lay ahead, united and stronger than ever. A new era. In the years following the Zorgan War, the Galactic Alliance flourished under the guidance of Earth and its allies. The member worlds worked together to rebuild and heal, sharing resources and knowledge to create a new era of prosperity and peace. The EDF, now a multi-species force, continued to serve as the military arm of the Alliance. They conducted regular patrols, provided assistance to member worlds in need, and remained vigilant against any potential threats. The neodymium-based technologies developed by humans during the war were shared with allied species, strengthening their collective defense capabilities. Earth itself underwent a transformation. The global unity forged during the war persisted, with nations working together to address the challenges of the post-war era. Advances in technology and medicine, driven by the needs of the war effort, were now applied to improving the lives of everyday citizens. Poverty, disease, and hunger became distant memories as humanity embraced a new age of abundance and progress. The Galactic Alliance also focused on exploration and discovery. Joint scientific expeditions were launched to uncharted regions of the galaxy, seeking out new worlds and civilizations. The diverse member species of the Alliance brought their unique perspectives and expertise to these endeavors, leading to breakthroughs in fields ranging from astrophysics to xenobiology. However, the peace was not without its challenges. Some member worlds, still bearing the scars of Zorgan oppression, struggled to adapt to the new order. Disputes over resources and territorial claims occasionally flared up, threatening the stability of the Alliance. The EDF, in its role as peacekeepers, worked tirelessly to mediate these conflicts and find diplomatic solutions. There were also external threats to contend with. Other galactic powers, some envious of the Alliance's success, others seeking to fill the power vacuum left by the Zorgans, began to test the Alliance's resolve. The EDF remained vigilant, always ready to defend the member worlds against aggression. One such threat emerged from the depths of the uncharted regions, the Zarkesh Collective, a hive-minded species driven by a relentless desire to assimilate all life in the galaxy. The Zarkesh launched a series of devastating attacks on the Alliance's outer colonies, using their advanced biotechnology to absorb and convert the populations. The Alliance, led by Earth, responded with a united front. The EDF, drawing upon the lessons learned from the Zorgan War, adapted its strategies to counter the Zarkesh threat. They developed specialized weapons and defenses designed to target the collective's weaknesses, while also working to find a way to sever the Zarkesh's hive-mind connection. In a climactic battle, the Alliance fleet confronted the Zarkesh armada near the heart of their territory. The EDF deployed a new weapon, a psionic disruptor, which effectively broke the collective's hive mind, rendering their ships and soldiers inert. The victory was hard-fought, but it demonstrated the strength and resilience of the Alliance. As the galaxy settled into a new era of peace, Earth and its allies remained committed to the ideals of the Galactic Alliance. They knew that the road ahead would not be easy, that there would always be new challenges to face and new threats to confront. But they also knew that, united in purpose and steadfast in their resolve, they could overcome any obstacle. The legacy of the Zorgan War, the lessons learned, and in the decades that followed the Zarkesh conflict, the Galactic Alliance continued to thrive under the leadership of Earth and its allies. The bonds of friendship and cooperation, forged in the fires of war, grew stronger with each passing year, creating a lasting legacy of unity that would shake the galaxy for generations to come. The EDF, now a symbol of strength and stability, evolved into a multi-species organization dedicated to preserving peace and protecting the rights of all sentient beings. Its ranks swelled with volunteers from across the Alliance, each bringing their unique skills and perspectives to the service of the greater good. Earth, once a backwater planet on the fringes of galactic civilization, had become a beacon of hope and a shining example of what could be achieved when diverse peoples work together towards a common goal. Human ingenuity and resilience, combined with the knowledge and wisdom of their alien allies, propelled the Alliance to new heights of discovery and achievement. As the Alliance expanded its reach to the farthest corners of the galaxy, it encountered new civilizations, each with their own unique cultures and ways of life. The principles of diplomacy and mutual respect, honed during the Zorgan War, guided these encounters, fostering a spirit of understanding and cooperation that transcended species boundaries. The legacy of the Zorgan War and the sacrifices made by those who fought and died to defend the freedom of the galaxy was never forgotten. Memorials were erected on worlds across the Alliance, honoring the heroes who had given their lives to secure a brighter future for all. On Earth, a grand monument stood in the heart of the capital city, its gleaming spires reaching towards the heavens. Inscribed upon its base were the words that had become the motto of the Alliance: "In unity, there is strength." It served as a constant reminder of the power of unity and the indomitable spirit of those who had fought to defend it. As the people of the galaxy looked to the future, they did so with a sense of hope and optimism. They knew that whatever challenges lay ahead, whatever threats might arise from the darkness of the unknown, they would face them together, united in purpose and resolve. The Zorgan Empire, once a symbol of oppression and tyranny, had been consigned to the dustbin of history. In its place, a new order had arisen, one based on the principles of freedom, equality, and mutual respect. It was an order that would endure, sustained by the unwavering determination of those who had fought to bring it into being. And so, as the starships of the Alliance sailed forth into the vast expanse of the galaxy, they carried with them the legacy of the Zorgan War and the promise of a brighter tomorrow. The galaxy had been forever changed by the courage and sacrifice of those who had stood against the darkness, and their memory would live on, inspiring future generations to strive for a better future for all. The end.